haven't done such a thing for quite a long time. Um, that this is the practice I was using for quite a long time. Um, when I just switched on the camera without having any idea or sentence in my head and just waited on the Lord to speak through me. But it's a lot of fun. Actually, I never do much preparation before making videos, but at least I have an idea or an impression, but no, I didn't have any. So, give it a go. Holy Spirit, thank you for you being here, and thank you for using my mouth and speaking through me. Sometimes we enjoy the way we experience God and the way we see Him, and we are happy about our newest discoveries of His person, and we are thrilled when we see Him in a way we haven't seen Him before, and sometimes He crashes all our preconceptions and ideas and thoughts about Him. But these last few weeks I had a very intense period when I was like, in this season I was like, what are you doing? Like, if you continue doing that, I won't have anything left of the God I've always believed in. And I felt like everything I knew about myself and God and the whole universe and Christianity had been thrown into the trash, and all I had for certain was that Jesus is real and He is good, but that's all. And I felt a bit miserable about it times, because I loved some of these pictures of Him. I loved some of these ideas and dogmas and theological concepts, and He just tear them all down. And it was a bit fearful and dangerous. Like, what are you doing to me? Like, they are the way I connect with you. Like, you are destroying the bridges, the highways to you. Like, what the heck is going on? And he reminded me of the Ten Commandments, when God says, "Don't make carved images. Don't make images of me." And I was shocked. Yeah, that's what you are doing, Gaby. Jesus told me. You created great pictures of me, and you believe that they are me, but they are only pictures. And idol worship is not what you think it is. So don't idolize your husband, your wife, your football team, your favorite musician. But actually, we are all involved in idol worship, because we make idols of God, we make idols of the pictures we made after Him, and we create great theology, and we throw all kinds of scriptures into it, and we take old dogmas and philosophical concepts and mix them all together, and we call this creature God. and he isn't. And when he comes and destroys that, we are so hurt. Don't take away my God from me. I've believed in him my whole life. And he says, I'm so sorry that, but this wasn't me. It looked like me at some points, but they were puppets. They were just images. And sometimes we are so afraid of this tearing down because we think that we won't have the God we always had, and we are so used to our old God. Even though it wasn't really him, but at least at some points he looked like him, and we don't want our worlds to be flipped upside down. So we cling to the images we have of him. This my old pastor told me always that that's why I believe God is like that. And maybe your old pastor was the man of God, and he really loved Jesus, and he has done the best he could. And still, the image he helped you to create is nothing but an idol. And so I'm not talking about bad stuff. I'm not talking about straight heresy and occult things. I'm talking about the best doctrines, the greatest understandings, the most excellent teachings. These things, when we mix together to create our image of God, so when we use the best things to create Him, it's still just an image. And the best understanding, like, oh, I just got this revelation, even that one, no matter how happy we are about it, it will happen at one point that he will tell you that, yeah, there was some truth in it, but it was just another picture. And he actually loves to reveal himself in pictures, and gives you another understanding and another revelation and a new experience and the great teaching. And he loves playing this game, like giving you always new revelations of himself. But meantime, we should know that they are only sides of him, and it's not him. Even if it's true, even if it's 100% true, it is in most cases not. But even if it's so, it's still just a side of him. And I'm not saying we can't know anything. I'm saying we don't know anything. Every time I have a revelation of him, I realize that the previous revelation was so partial, to say the best. my loftiest experience combined with the best scriptures and the greatest teaching and the most memorable soaking time is just cheap fake comparing to the real one. And we should handle these understandings like that. Like, it's precious because I see a new thing about you in it, but it's just a picture, and you can tell me anytime that 99% of it is trash. You can tell me that all of it is trash. It's all about you. I don't care if you throw away my whole understanding of you. I just want you, the person you. And I love the pictures and the images that I've seen of you, but I hold it with open hands, and you can take them away from me anytime you want to, because I'm after you, and I don't know you. I have no idea of you. Basically, I don't know anything of you. All I know is that you're good and you exist, but that's all. And all the other things I added to this picture, you can take away anytime. And Holy Spirit brought up a few weeks ago how the idol worship worked among the poor people. If they didn't have money to have like silver and gold idols, they could still have one if they chopped wood and they had a really good piece of wood, and they would decorate it with either themselves, or they would take it to a craftsman who would decorate it for them, like with layers of gold, with sheets of gold, and with jewels and stones and all kind of stuff. And it would look like kind of like the real idols, but they were fakes, like under the thin sheet of gold that was just wood. And I was like, oh Jesus, that's what I do. I have a crappy idea. I have some philosophy, some ideas, some teaching, and I decorate it. I decorated with good Bible verses. I decorated with gifts of the Spirit, with some great prophecy, with some good experience of you. But at the core, they are nothing but wood. And I call these puppets you. And I believe, and I worship them, and I pray to them, and I expect them to change my life, but they are nothing more than concoctions made from my ideas of you. And I don't say we can't know anything. All I'm saying is that he's always beyond our best understandings, and we should be free to let them all go. And we should be free, like taking all our carved images and little puppets and idols and carved images and statues and all this stuff. We should be free to bring to him and tell him that, okay, these are the things I made after you. These are my God idols. These are my images of you. And you can tell that you can tell if I should throw all them away. You can tell me which is worth anything, or you can tell me if nothing is worth anything. You can tell me if none of them is anything close to you. You can take them all away from me if you want to. And yeah, he loves to reveal himself in these pictures. So sometimes when we worship these idols made of theology and experience and whatever philosophy, we can experience God. So he's so faithful and so gracious that while we are worshiping in a carved image, he shows up and blesses us and shows his presence. And we think that it was because we worshiped the right idol. But it wasn't for that. It was because he was faithful even though we were worshiping an idol. Because he's that kind to us. He's jealous, but he's not bothered. He feels sorry for us that all we can do is like worship a little chopped wood, but he loves us so much that it doesn't disgust him. He still shows up. We worship our worship movements, we worship our revival movements, we worship inner healing, we worship all kinds of stuff, and he's so faithful, he still shows up. And we think it proves that we are worshiping the right image. And yeah, probably our image is just as crappy as all the other images. Maybe parts are true, maybe some parts are really true gold, but there's there's just wound inside. And let him reveal that. That yeah, it's a great charismatic cocktail of everything mixed together. But it's still not me. And I'm still beyond. And let me show myself to you. And if you would, I would be so honored to let me show you how much more I am than what you know about me. And maybe it will hurt because you love some of those idols, because you experienced me by making or worshipping those idols. But I'm still way much more. And if you allow me to destroy them, I could show you who you really are, who I really are, who I really am, and who you really are. Yeah. And yeah, so we shouldn't be just depressed about it. That oh, I can't know anything. I've done everything wrong. No, it's just like here I am, Jesus. You can take anything, and you can destroy my most well done carved images, and you can show me who you really are. I don't want to be lost in making images my whole life. I want the real you that is beyond all of the things I've seen and known. And I give you total permission to destroy any of my ideas of you, any of my understandings of you. Would you please come and show yourself face to face to me, and would you just show me your way so that I can walk on them, and you're free. I don't want to make images so that they will match my experience, because what you say about yourself is too good or too high above my understanding. I don't want to make a picture of you that can match my lack of experience of you or lack of experience of your promises. Um, yeah. So you're free. Free to take away everything I know about you, because I'm interested in you, the real you, your person. I want to see you. Amen.